नचोर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की, यज्ञपति वराहदेव की, शबरी माता की। उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी
Krishna, I welcome you all, wonderful devotees, all the devotees who are specially decorating this assembly, the senior devotees of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, Iskcon, and I also welcome all of you who have gathered from all the parts of the universe through the medium of YouTube, Facebook, Zoom, etc. I welcome you all the listeners, and in particular in reverie of their pious ancestors, the organizer or the host family, that is the Patni family from London, Naveen Bhai, Ranjan Ben, Ramesh Bhai, Murli Ben, and from Australia, Arvind Bhai, Indira Ben, and from Kenya, Nairobi, Shobha Mataji, and our friend or well-wisher Yogesh Bhai. We pay our obeisances to Prabhudas Dada as well.
छोटू भाई, जसू बहन और प्रभुदास भाई, ऐसे पवित्र पितरों का स्मरण करते हुए,
remembering all these pious ancestors, I welcome you all on the 5th day of this Bhagvatam Katha, and our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Radhe Shyam. Behind me, if you see the backdrop, you would have guessed so far that today is something special. Today is a very pious day. On this 5th day of the Katha, today is a very auspicious day. So already we are celebrating the Chaturmas, and in midst of this, out of the 24 incarnations of Lord Vishnu or Lord Shri Krishna, or you can count from the 10 major incarnations of the Lord, then today Varahadev manifested today. Today he manifested and secured the earth and humanity. He has so much mercy on all of us, and that Krishna's mercy Proof is the incarnation of Varahadev. So, of these 24 incarnations, Lord Varaha is considered as the second incarnation of the Lord. So, in Shrimad Bhagavatam, Sutji and Vyas Muni have written,
Bhavyayasya Rasatala Gatam Mahim Uddarishyanu Padatta Yagyesha Saukaram Vapuhu. द्वितीयं तु भवायस्य। भगवान विष्णु ने दूसरा अवतार लिया।
So Lord Vishnu took the second incarnation. And it is referred to as Bhavayasya. That is for the welfare, for the welfare of all the living entities. So, almost all incarnations of the Lord are for welfare of the living entities. But what welfare did Varaha incarnation did? Asya means the world or earth that we are seeing with our own eyes. This earth, for this earth's welfare, Varahadev manifested. So what had happened to the earth? The earth was submerged in the lower planets. That is Rasatal. And for her welfare, the Lord took the form of He took the form of a Shukar or Varaha. And why did he choose this form? Because the Mother Earth was in the lower planetary systems, and this form of the Lord was required. And today, Lord Varahadev manifested. So today is Lord Varahadev's birthday today. So we don't remember the birthday of the Lord. Today is Varaha Jayanti. Have you visited Vrindavan? If you go to circumvallate Vrindavan, then we start from a police station, then Dhaniko Ashram comes, then Krishna Balram tree comes. After that, Bhaktivedanta Hospital. And if we walk little further, then there is a Varaha Ghat or wharf.
यमुना के तट पर एक घाट है जिसका नाम है वराह घाट। इस स्थान का नाम वराह घाट क्यों पड़ा?
So why was it named Varaha Ghat? 5,000 years back, when Krishna used to stay in Braj, he ate the dust of Vrindavan, and he started scrubbing the ground, and he picked up the mud to eat it. And when Yashoda Maiya saw that, she told that, were you a pig in your last birth, that you are eating
तब बलराम जी
it?
कृष्ण को इशारा, छोटे छोटे कृष्ण बलराम है, बलराम जी कृष्ण को इशारा करते हैं कि मैया तो ज्ञानी हो चुकी है,
पर बलराम जी
गए जन्म में तो वास्तव में आप
signals
सुअर बने ही थे, केशव
that
धृता शूकर रूपा,
Maya Yashoda has become enlightened, and in your previous birth you had become a Varaha incarnation, and he couldn't tell her upfront, but in his mind he was telling her that, yeah, I came as a Varaha, and still there is some nature or behavior left in me. So let's remember Varahadev today. So this is during the time Brahmaji had 4 sons, the Kumaras, and they got so much entangled that with the smell and fragrance of the Lord, that they became engrossed in that, and the Lord manifested and asked them to ask for a boon, and they said that we don't need anything, but just give us a benediction that we always remain as a child, because that is a perfect benediction, because when we become adult, then only all the problems and entanglements arise. And once they had a desire to see the Lord, so they decided that let's go to Vaikuntha and meet the Lord. So they crossed all the lokas and Virja river, and they went into the spiritual sky where there is no jealousy, Vaikuntha, or distress. So at the gates of the Lord Vishnu, there were 2 gatekeepers, Jai and Vijay. It is not difficult to understand that if a person has little riches or opulence, they have so many security guards and there are so many questions. And at the gates of the Lord, there will be gatekeepers. And they stopped the Sankadik Kumaras. They said that we'll go, we are his devotees. He said that the gatekeeper said that we are in his service and we cannot allow you to go. So an argument started between them, and the Kumaras got angry and they cursed the gatekeepers, that is Jai and Vijay, that like demons you are creating havoc in the life of a devotee and not allowing them to meet. So we curse you that you become a demon. And as soon as they were cursed, Lord Vishnu came like Mumbai police that comes only after the event has happened. So it was the Lord's desire that they should be cursed. So Jai Vijay bow down at the lotus feet of the Lord and said that we were trying to serve you and we were cursed thus. Lord said that you are of my eternal associate, but these are saints, and you have to accept the curse of the saints. So I can give you a choice that either for 5 births as a devotee you can go down to the material universe, or otherwise you can take 3 births and be my enemy and come back. So they accepted to be the enemies of the Lord and accepted to go back. So they appeared as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu in their first birth. In the second birth, they came as Ravan and Kumbhakaran. And the third, they came as Shishupal and Dantavakra. And in the fourth birth, they came as Jagai and Madai. And in the fifth birth, they took birth in London, US. We all are a little demonic. Mahatma Vidur, when met Maitra Rishi in Rishikesh, then he asked the question that how Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were born, because their father was a great sage, Kashyap Muni. And how could such demon be born in the house of Kashyap ji? That was the question Vidurji asked. So, although this is not our subject, but as it is Vara Jayanti, so I'm just reminding you all. So, Maitre Muni said that once upon a time, Kashyap Muni had 16 wives, and out of these, there was one wife whose name was Diti. So only 2 wives were famous, Diti and Aditi. Aditi is the one from whom all the demigods got birth, and Diti gave birth to demons. Once upon a time, Mother Diti was at her home, and Kashyap Muni came home after doing all the fire sacrifices and homas and returned home. So he saw that his wife was upset as she was not offering him any eatables or water. So he asked, "Do you desire anything?" Then Diti said, "Yes, I want to beget sons." Kashyap ji said that beautifully. He gave a beautiful answer that today you have asked for a son or child. So I'm very, very fortunate. Diti became elated. So, Kashyap ji said, he said that why, like you, and a husband who fulfills his wife's desire, then he achieves the 4 pillars of liberation. If a husband fulfills the desire of a chaste wife, then all his 4 maneuvers will be fulfilled. So if the wife is chaste or religious, then if they fulfill the desire and by making them happy or satisfied, then the 4 pillars will be fulfilled. And if even not these are fulfilled, at least they will serve you good food. Otherwise, they will give you cold food. And they will repeat everything for 3 days. But if a wife is satisfied, then all the doors of liberation, dharma, karma, etc. will be fulfilled. He said that I will satisfy and fulfill your desire, that is your right, but at this point of time it cannot be fulfilled. Diti said why, and Kashyapji replied, he said that this is the evening time or sandhya, so at this time Shivji roams on this earth, and therefore this time is considered inauspicious. And at this time nothing auspicious should be done. Kashyapji gave her the Vedic injunction, but Diti couldn't understand. Kashyapji said that he said that these 4 types of things should not be allowed. First is to eat, to have sex. So we should not eat, we should not indulge in sex, we should not sleep, and we should not even study Swadhyay. So Diti said that what will happen if we do this? Then Kashyapji replies that eating food at this time results in disease. We'll become sick. So we should eat before evening. What if we do after the evening? Then we will get fat. So it is advisable to eat before sunset, and later on you can have milk, etc. And if you sleep at that time, then you will become poor. The wealth will be destroyed. So don't sleep in the evening, because even if you accumulated some wealth, then you will keep on working hard to gather more money, because the wealth will be destroyed. You won't be able to perform devotional service. So in the evening time or the sunset time, we should not study as well, because at that time the material knowledge that we try to gather, we won't be able to remember. And lastly, at the time of sunset, if there is indulgence in sex, then the child born through such a consummation will be devious, devil, dangerous. Kashyapji tried to make her understand. But there are 4 types of
बाल हट, राज हट और स्त्री हट. आदमी को जानना ही पड़ता है.
4 types
कितना
of
भी सच बोले, तत्व से बोले, लेकिन
hurt
स्त्री
are
यदि हट कर ले तो
very famous. First is the preservance of women.
तो कश्यप जी ने प्रयास किया लेकिन
Rajhat, Balhat,
तो स्त्री हट थी और ऊपर से काम का प्रभाव
etc. So
दीति के मन में काम का वेग इतना
Diti
प्रचंड
was
था,
filled with the overwhelmed with the feeling of sense gratification.
काम का वेग सवार होता है ना,
And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that when somebody is engrossed in by senses, then no matter how much knowledgeable he or she may be, but at that point of time,
तैरती हुई नौका को आंधी और तूफान उड़ाकर दूर फेंक देता है, वैसे काम का प्रभाव आदमी की बुद्धि को दूर उड़ाकर,
and it destroys the mind of even the most intellectuals.
वेदव्यास जी की कथा द्रष्टव्य है. मैं कहूंगा नहीं, लेकिन आप लोग प्रचारक हो, यदि कहीं प्रचार करना हो और कहना हो तो इस स्थान पर श्री वेदव्यास मुनि भी सॉरी जैमिनी ऋषि फंसे हुए हैं. सो कुल मिलाकर काम का वेग बड़ा प्रचंड होता है. जिसको काम
the sense gratification is very dangerous, because somebody who is filled with sense gratification, he becomes shameless and wants to fulfill his desire. And as she was adamant, so Kashyap Muni had to oblige, and she begot 2 sons. So, but after she had her way, she realized her mistake. Kashyap ji said that you didn't understood what I tried to explain you. Now you will get dangerous sons. That when you will become pregnant and there will be little big, the world will be filled with hypocrisy. The world will start shaking. Diti bowed down at the feet of her husband and said that I made a huge grave mistake. I don't want such children. Kashyap ji said, I tried to convince you, but you didn't understand. She said that I was engrossed in sense gratification and I couldn't understand. So Kashyap ji said that as you have served me, so the mistake you have done, I cannot do much, but you will get these 2 sons who are dangerous. But as you have served me, I bless you that your sons will be demons, but their son will be a Mahabharat, an exalted devotee of the Lord, that is Prahlad Maharaj. So she was worried that she will get demons, but by Kashyap ji's benediction that at least her grandson will be a devotee of the Lord, she came to terms with the reality. This pastime is there in detail about the pregnancy of Diti. And when her pregnancy was in the full term, that time there were so many problems started arising on the earth. So she decided that she will keep them in her womb and not give birth. but finally she had to give them birth. So it is said that the elder son of Mother Diti was Hiranyaksh and the younger one was Hiranyakashipu.
So हिरण्याक्ष और हिरण्यकशिपु इस प्रकार से माँ दीति के दो पुत्र हुए.
And in this way she begot two sons. Now Hiranyaksh thought
ये जो पृथ्वी है
that this earth,
इसका मुझे कुछ करना पड़ेगा. मुझे इस पृथ्वी को रसातल में जाकर छुपाना
so
पड़ेगा.
I should hide this earth in the lower planet. So we all know that he sneaked away Mother Earth in the lower planetary system. But why? You might have heard the past time for hundreds of times, but today you're going to listen something new. That why did he hide Earth in the lower planetary system? So in Narsingh Puran it is mentioned in the 49th chapter, it's mentioned that why did Hiranyaksh took Mother Earth to the lower planetary system, that is Rasatal.
स्थित्वा मर्त्या यक्षन्ति देवता तेन तेषां बलं वीर्य तेन तेषां बलं वीर्यं तेजश्चापि भविष्यति तेजश्चापि भविष्यति. नरसिंह पुराण के ये 2-3 श्लोक हैं.
So these are 2-3 verses from Narsingh Puran. It is said, once upon a time Hiranyaksh thought, and what did he thought?
ये पृथ्वी पर जो स्थित है, बोले पृथ्वी पर तो बहुत कुछ स्थित है. तुम किसकी बात कर रहे हो?
This earth
तो मानो हिरण्यकशिपु
is supported.
पृथ्वी ऊपर ही स्थित हुआ. पृथ्वी के ऊपर स्थित कौन? बोले मर्त्या.
So on the earth
मनुष्य
are situated Martya, that is humans. So these humans are considered as Martya. Why? Because on this earth is called as Martya Lok or Mrityu Lok. And because we stay here, we are addressed as Martya. So why does the earth is called Martya Lok? Don't people die in Swarg or Brahmalok? The living entities die everywhere. Even the demigods die in the high planetary systems. Even Brahma dies. As mentioned in Bhagvat Gita, that every living entity has to die. But in other planets, the death is fixed. But in planet Earth, the death is not fixed. Although, according to our karmic reactions, we are supposed to live, but sometimes due to accident or mishap, a person can die even before. So, the death is not that fixed on this earth. That is why it is called Martyalok, and the people are called Martya. So what did Hiranyaksha contemplated? He thought that all the humans are situated on the Mother Earth. And what do? They venerate or pay homa or fire sacrifices for demigods.
सो मनुष्य लोग पृथ्वी लोक में रहने वाले मनुष्य देवताओं के लिए यज्ञ करते हैं, तो इससे प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
And what is the problem with that arises? So he's thinking that they perform fire sacrifices for demigods, and because of that, the demigods become powerful. The yajna or homa performed by demigods increases their strength and potency.
So ten tesham balam viryam तेजस चापी भविष्यति, देवताओं का बल वीर्य और तेज बढ़ता है। इति मत्वा वेदव्यास मुनि लिखते हैं,
so Vedas Muni writes, after thinking that Hiranyaksha
कृते सर्गे तु ब्रह्मणा, ये उस समय की बात है, कब किया पहले तो समय देख लीजिए।
So first we should understand at what time Hiranyaksha decided and did that. So when Brahmaji created this earth, so when the Lord Brahma created this universe, and during that time Hiranyaksha was thinking that because of this earth and humans, the potency of the demigods arises or increases. So and he had the potency to sustain the earth. And he took Mother Earth and took it away, as kids pick the ball. Imagine how large or great this demon would have been.
कहते हैं विवेश तोय मध्य, वह हिरण्याक्ष तोय, तोय माने जल, माने जल की गहराई, माने जल के मध्य में,
went in the midst of the water or ocean.
वो रसातल में चला गया,
that is the Rasatal, the lower planetary system.
और रसातल में पृथ्वी को छोड़ दिया,
and he left earth there.
उस रसातल में नीचे सपोर्ट नहीं होने के कारण जगती,
and because there was no support for the earth, the earth got more submerged in the Rasatal.
छोड़ दिया पृथ्वी को, नौधारी पृथ्वी ने छोड़ दी थी, बिना आधार के पृथ्वी रसातल.
So there was no base, and she got merged in Rasatal or lower planets.
हमें वैसे भी पृथ्वी का तो कुछ करना था नहीं, डूबने दो, मरने दो मनुष्यों को.
Hiranyaksha was not concerned that let the humans die.
दूसरी ओर, अब सुनिए,
but on the other hand,
दूसरी ओर ब्रह्मा जी ने
Brahma
सृष्टि का
ji
विस्तार करने के लिए अपने शरीर से 10 ऋषियों को
created 10 rishis from his body.
ब्रह्मा जी ने अपने मन से मरीचि को प्रकट किया.
He manifested Marichi from his heart, from his mouth, and from his eyes Atri, then Pulasya from ears, and then from hands Kritu, from his skin Brigu, and from his lap Narad Muni manifested. So without taking any support of a woman, he gave birth to 10 rishis. He told that I've given you birth so that you should populate this earth. But these 10 said that we don't want to get married because they wanted to perform devotional service towards the Lord. Brahmaji became upset and Lord Shiva manifested, and from his right part he gave birth to Manu, and from the left Shatrupa. So a man and a female was born through Brahma. Because he was manifested because of his desire, so that is why he was named Manu. And to the women he said that you can attract thousands of men, so that is why I name you as Shatrupa, as you are very beautiful. So they both manifested from Lord Brahma, and he gave them the order to get married and populate the world or earth, and according to the desire of the father, they came down from Brahmalok. They started their journey to come to earth, but when they came, they realized that all the planets were on their places, but the earth was not there, because Hiranyaksha has already submerged her in the lower planets or Rasatal. So they went back to Brahmaji that earth is not there. So Brahmaji doesn't get worried. He's not doing chinta, but he is doing chintan, that is meditation. Even if we lose little bit of land or some wealth, then we become distressed and worried. Brahmaji lost an entire planet, but he was not worried, but he was meditating. He started to meditate on the Lord, and whenever someone meditates on the Lord, then the Lord manifests in one form or another. And to relieve Brahmaji of his distress and to make for the welfare of humans, Brahmaji sneezed, and through his nose a small form manifested, and it gradually started getting bigger and bigger, and it started on increasing like a mountain. So he's not the common thing. His Varaha is also extraordinary like him. In Bhagavatam, Maitre Muni describes there was no need to tell anybody. Demigods understood that for the welfare of the saints and humanity, Brahmaji, for the welfare of Brahmaji, the Lord has manifested as Varaha. And they all started venerating the Lord. And at that time, Lord Varaha roared. And this all happened on today's date.
हम भले खा पीकर मौज मारे, लेकिन आज के दिन ये सारी घटना घटी। भगवान वराह,
Lord Varaha
भगवान वराह
roared,
गर्जना से तीनों लोक कांपने लगे,
and
भगवान
the
वराह
whole universe started
ऊपर
shaking.
करके आकाश में उछले,
He
तो उनके
took
गर्दन के
a
बालों से
jump.
आकाश के बादल तितर भीतर हो गए।
By touching his hair, the clouds got dispersed.
शरीर कठोर,
His body was
चमड़ी के
hard,
बाल इतने कड़क,
and the hair on his body were
आंखों से करोड़ों सूर्य का
so
प्रकाश निकल
stiff,
रहा था।
and he was very
वज्रमयी
effulgent.
भगवान वराह का शरीर अपनी पत्नी वसुंधरा का उद्धार करने
And
के लिए जैसे
for the
रसातल में
welfare of
कूदे,
his wife Vasundhara,
इतना
Mother
विकराल
Earth,
शरीर जब
he,
समुद्र में छलांग मारा,
he
समुद्र
jumped
फट
in
गया,
the sea, and the
दो भागों में
sea
बढ़ गया,
got divided in
समुद्र
two,
आकाश को छू गया और
and it
भगवान
touched
वराह
the sky.
समुद्र की गहराई में
And
कूच मारकर
Varahadev
भगवान
went
वराह
deep inside the
रसातल में गए
sea,
और रसातल में जाकर अपनी पत्नी वसुंधरा को
and
खोजा,
there he searched for
पृथ्वी को
Mother
अपने
Earth
दांतों पर रखा,
and
उसे बाहर
picked
लेकर
her
आए
on
और
his
अपने स्थान
two
पर
teeth
स्थित कर दिया।
and situated her on her
और
original
दूसरी
place.
ओर
And on other hand, Hiranyaksha
खोज रहा था कि उनको
was
खुजली
searching,
हो रही थी, खुजली समझते हैं? हिरण्याक्ष को
was
ऐसा वर्णन है,
agitated.
नरसिंह
It
पुराण
is
और भागवत
mentioned
में भी
in
ये वर्णन
Narsingpura,
है
and even in
कि
Bhagavatam it is
खुजली हो रही थी,
mentioned
मैं
that
किससे युद्ध करूं?
he wanted
तो पहले तो वरुण
to
देवता के पास
have a
गया, चलो
fight.
मेरे से युद्ध करो। वरुण
So
देवता ने कहा
first
देखो भाई साहब,
he
मेरी
came
तुम्हारी
to
कोई
Varun Devta,
बराबरी
a
नहीं है।
demigod, that please fight with me, and he
तो
said
बोले
that
मेरे
no,
लायक
I
युद्ध
don't want to.
करने लायक कौन है? बोले
I can't
तुम्हारे
fight
साथ
with you.
युद्ध करने
He
लायक
said that you
एक
can only
विष्णु है।
fight with Vishnu.
और हिरण्याक्ष विष्णु को खोज रहा था।
So he was
और
in
यहाँ
search
जब
of Lord
भगवान वराह
Vishnu.
अवतार लिया,
And when
तो
the Lord
नारद
took the
मुनि बड़े
form
बड़े
or
चालाक
incarnation of
इंसान हैं।
Vara,
नारद मुनि
they,
सीधे
Narad
हिरण्याक्ष के
Muni
पास पहुंचे
went
और
to
उससे पूछा क्या
Hiranyaksh
कर रहे हो? बोले विष्णु
and
को खोज रहा हूँ।
told
बोले
that,
यहाँ क्यों आटा मार रहा
what
है?
are you doing? He said that,
तब
what
बोले
are you
ऐसी
doing
बात
here?
है, भगवान विष्णु को तू खोज रहा है, वो रसातल में पृथ्वी
He
का
is
उद्धार
there
कर रहे
in
हैं,
Rasatal
जाओ वहां पर।
doing welfare
नारद
of
जी को तो मरवाना था इसे।
earth. Because Naraji
और
wanted
हिरण्याक्ष को
him to
मैसेज
get
दिया और
killed.
उसी समय हिरण्याक्ष हाथ
So
में
he
घड़ा
gave
लेकर
Hiranyaksh's message. And
रसातल
Hiranyaksh
में,
came with his
और
club
वहां पर
to
हिरण्याक्ष का
Rasatal.
बेटा भगवान वराह देव के साथ हुआ
And there they
और
started
दोनों ने एक
fighting.
दूसरे के ऊपर गदा का प्रहार
And they
किया।
both attacked
हिरण्याक्ष
each
तो
other
बड़ा
with the
उत्साह में
club.
था।
Hiranyaksh was
और ये कैसे पता चलता है?
quite
हिरण्याक्ष
excited.
ने ऐसे गोल गोल घुमाकर गदा मारी,
He
भगवान के
rotated the
हाथों में वो
club
गदा थी, वो गिर
and
गई। बोलो
he
आप विचार करो, विचार कर रहे हो ना आप? हिरण्याक्ष ने इतनी
he
जोर से गदा
threw
मारी,
threw his
भगवान
club
वराह
with
के
such a
हाथ से
force
गदा
that
गिर गई।
the club of Varahadev fell down.
तब
You just
हिरण्याक्ष का
imagine.
उत्साह बढ़ा, लेकिन कहाँ जानता था कि
He
ये
was
भगवान की लीला
overexcited.
चल रही है।
But
क्लेश
he couldn't understand this was the pastime
क्षण
of the
लीला।
Lord, that is his Leela.
दोनों एक दूसरे के ऊपर टूट पड़े, घमासान
So
युद्ध
they
हुआ
attacked each other and fighting
और दोनों अपनी पूरी शक्ति
ferociously.
लगाकर युद्ध कर रहे हैं।
And they were both using their utmost
और युद्ध
energy.
करते 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 भगवान के मन में हुआ
And
कि
after fighting for a while,
हिरण्याक्ष ने और कोई
Lord
गलत काम किया
thought,
होता ना तो मैं जेल लेता,
had he
लेकिन
done
तूने मेरी
something
पत्नी को
else,
छेड़ा है।
I would have
भगवान की
ignored or
पत्नी
forgive him.
वसुंधरा,
But he
भगवान की
has
पत्नी है। बोले साहब,
misbehaved
मेरी
with his
पत्नी को
wife.
छेड़ता है। और भगवान का बाटला फट गया।
And the Lord lost
पति
his
पत्नी दोनों
control.
रास्ते में साथ में जा रहे हो और कोई
If
पत्नी
a,
को छंछेड़े तो पति ये देखने
if a
नहीं
couple
जाएगा
is going together
कि
and
हाथ
if
में
a
हथियार है
husband,
या नहीं, तुरंत एक पति
if
उसी
some
समय सामने वाले को
outsider
थप्पड़ मार देगा।
misbehaves with his wife,
और
then
भगवान
the
वराहदेव
husband
ने
will
ऐसा
slap.
थप्पड़ मारने का सोचा।
So
कहते जैसे ही
similarly,
हिरण्याक्ष को मारने का सोचा,
Varahadev thought
विंध्याचल
to
और
slap
हिमाचल की तलेटी में महात्माओं का ध्यान
Hiranyaksh.
भंग हो गया।
And when he was about to slap,
ब्रह्मांड डोल
all
गया,
the sages
हिरण्याक्ष के ऊपर गीत
who were
डोलने
in
लगे,
trance,
उसका
their
आधा
trance
अंग
got
फड़कने
broken.
लगा। ऋषियों को आनंद हुआ, दुष्टों को क्षोभ हुआ। हिरण्याक्ष की मां
The
तो
sages
एकदम
were
स्तन से खून
overwhelmed
चूने
with
लगा।
excitement,
और उसी समय
and the
भगवान वराहदेव ने
demons
कोई
got
हथियार
worried,
नहीं,
and
केवल एक
Diti
हाथ से थप्पड़ क्या मारा,
breasts
बड़े
were
से
flowing
बस्तर
with
अलग हो गए।
blood.
हिरण्याक्ष के शरीर से खून का फव्वारा उड़ा।
And when he slapped, Hiranyaksh's head became separated from his body, and there was a great flow of blood, and all the demigods appeared and they venerated the Lord. So let's venerate the Lord.
वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनी कलंक कले वनिमग्ना वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनी कलंक कले वनिमग्ना केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वसति दशन। आप देख सकते हैं श्लोक में, मेरे साथ गाइए। वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनी कलंक कले वनिमग्ना वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनी कलंक कले वनिमग्ना केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। गाइए। जय केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा। श्री यज्ञपति भगवान वराहदेव की, श्री यज्ञपति भगवान वराहदेव की। श्री जयदेव गोस्वामी 10 अवतार स्तोत्र
Sri Jaydev Goswami in his Dash Avatar Stotram has considered Varadev as the manifestation of or incarnation of the Lord as the third incarnation. So Vasati means that situated. Dashan means in the teeth, on the tip or cliff of the tooth. So on the tip of the teeth of Varadev, in what is situated? Dharani, that is earth.
सो वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लगना। तो भगवान
So on the tip of the teeth of Lord Varaha
धवल दांत है
Dev,
और उस पर
Mother
पुष्प
Earth is
स्थित है,
situated.
तो कैसा लग रहा है?
And how does it
जैसे
appears?
शशिनी कलंक कलेव निमग्ना। शशिनी माने चंद्रमा।
Shashini means moon.
जैसे सफेद चंद्रमा में एक
It
छोटा सा
appears
दाग
as
है,
if
एक छोटा सा
the,
कलंक है ना,
like a moon
जैसे
there.
सफेद चंद्रमा
On the
में एक
moon
छोटा
there
सा
is
कलंक है,
some
ठीक उसी
spot or
प्रकार
stain.
भगवान
Similarly,
के सफेद दांत पर वो काले रंग की
on the
पृथ्वी सुशोभित हो रही
teeth
है।
of Varahadev, this earth is
ऐसे कृष्ण धृत
situated.
धारण किए हैं शुकर रूप, तो उस जगदीश की जय जयकार हो,
And
जय जयकार।
such incarnation of the Lord
इस प्रकार
as
आज
the
के
Shukar
भगवान
we
वराह
should
देव ने
venerate.
यह अवतार धारण किया।
So today's
और भक्तों यह पृथ्वी
Varahadev
को
manifested
दांतों पर उठाकर
and
भगवान
he took
वराहदेव
the
ने जिस स्थान
earth
से उठाया था वहां रख दिया।
on his teeth and he kept it where it was supposed
और
to
आज
be
के दिन भगवान
there.
वराह ने देवी पृथ्वी को रखा। एक तो पृथ्वी का वराह के साथ विवाह हुआ, आज
So
शादी हुई।
today they got married
आज
as
के
well.
दिन की विशेषता भगवान वराह का अवतार भी हुआ,
He
पृथ्वी और
manifested
वराह का विवाह
and
भी
he
हुआ।
got married with Mother
और
Earth.
एक चीज क्या हुई?
And what
भगवान वराह ने
happened?
पृथ्वी को अपने स्थान पर रखा,
And he
तो
kept
आज
Mother
से
Earth on her.
वराह कल्प प्रारंभ हुआ।
So from that day, Varaha Kalpa
अच्छा, कौन सा
started.
वराह? वराह भी दो रंग के हैं,
So even these
रक्त वराह
Varaha
और
are
श्वेत
of
वराह।
two types. First
भगवान
is red,
अन्य
that is
अन्य
Rag,
कल्पों में,
and the
अन्य
other
अन्य
is white.
युगों में
So in
वराह अवतार
other
लेते हैं,
yugas,
लेकिन उनके
Varaha
रंग अलग अलग
avatar
होता है। कभी कभी लाल रंग के
happens.
होते हैं, कभी
So,
कभी सफेद रंग के होते हैं।
but he take
तो
different
अब
forms.
भी
Sometimes
भगवान
he's
ने
red
जो
and
वराह
sometimes he's
अवतार
white.
लिया वो सफेद
And this
वर्ण
time
का था,
he is of white color
और सफेद
or
वर्ण के
skin.
भगवान वराह ने पृथ्वी को अपने स्थान पर आज के दिन रखा। इससे
And he
आज का
kept
दिन क्या
Mother
होगा?
Earth.
श्वेत वराह कल्प।
And that is why
कौन सा कल्प कहा जाता
this
है?
kalp is called
श्वेत वराह कल्प।
Shvet Varaha Kalp.
श्वेत वराह
That
ने
is white
पृथ्वी को
Varaha
स्थापित किया, इसलिए
Kalp
पृथ्वी पर
started.
एक नया कल्प प्रारंभ हुआ। इसलिए
Because
जब
he
देव
situated
देवताओं
Mother
का
Earth.
कोई कर्म कांड क्रिया कांड
So
कराते
when
हैं
a
तो
Brahmana
बोलते हैं,
is
आपने भी सुना
performing the
होगा,
sacrifice,
श्वेत
you might have
वराह
heard,
कल्पे
he says that
जम्बूद्वीपे भारत खंडे।
Shvet Varaha
तो ये समय
Kalpe
की गणना करा,
Jambudvipe
श्वेत
Bharat
वराह
Khande,
कल्प।
etc.
तो ये भगवान वराहदेव ने पृथ्वी को धरा था, इसलिए आज से श्वेत वराह कल्प प्रारंभ। तो इस प्रकार से भगवान यज्ञपति वराहदेव यह
So in this way, Yajnapati
पृथ्वी की रक्षा की,
Bhagwan Vara manifested and protected the earth, and he protected the fire sacrifices of demigod. That is why he is called Yajnapati as well. So we pray to him, and let's conclude this Varaha Katha or pastime, and let's begin or proceed towards Shabari Katha. So let's have some information and instruction, and we'll resume after some time.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. So, सभी को भगवान वराहदेव की इस वराह जयंती की शुभकामनाएं। और बहुत सुंदर आज हमारी भागवत कथा के बीच में यह पर्व आया और हमें इस कथा को आस्वादन करने को मिला, जिससे कि हमारा मन भगवान वराहदेव के प्रति इस कथा को सुनने के बाद और भी आकृष्ट होता है। ऐसा कहा जाता है कि जिस समय में जो घटना घटती है और यदि हम उस कथा को श्रवण करते हैं तो हमारी जो भक्ति में वृद्धि है और उसकी तीव्रता और बढ़ जाती है। जस्ट लाइक हम लोग जब धाम में जाते हैं, स्पेशली इन कार्तिक, सो वी ट्राई एंड मेक आवर शेड्यूल लाइक जिस दिन जो लीला हुई है उसी स्थान पर हम विचरण करते हैं और वहां पर वही कथा श्रवण करते हैं। तो जैसे दिवाली के दिन है तो हम गोकुल जाते हैं, वहां पर ये दामोदर जी की लीला सुनते हैं। फिर यदि हम भाव द्विज हैं तो उस दिन जाते हैं यमुना जी के यमुना स्थान पे जाते हैं और वहाँ यमुना मैया की कथा सुनते हैं। तो जिस स्थान पर जो कथा हुई है उस स्थान पर बैठकर उस कथा या लीला को श्रवण करना, स्मरण करना, ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी चीज है। तो आज बहुत ही सुंदर वराह जयंती जिसका हमने आज प्रभु जी के मुखारविंद से कथा श्रवण की, संक्षिप्त में की। वैसे इस पर प्रभु जी ने काफी बार बहुत ही सुंदर विस्तार से कथा भी की है। तो वराह जयंती, भगवान वराह जी का आज जन्म हुआ और भगवान ने जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया कि सबसे भगवान के हृदय में कितनी करुणा है वो भगवान के इस अवतार से पता चलता है। लॉर्ड इज रेडी टू टेक एनी मीनियल, जो हम सुकर को मतलब वी जस्ट उनको उनकी तरफ देखना भी नहीं चाहते हैं और भगवान ने वह अवतार लिया हम सबकी रक्षा करने के लिए। पृथ्वी जो उस स्थान पर नहीं थी, तो भगवान हमारे लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हैं ऐसे, मतलब भगवान इनकी करुणा इससे पता चलती है। प्रभु जी ने बहुत ही सुंदर बताया यहाँ पर दशावतार स्तोत्र में भी बहुत सुंदर उनका गुणगान किया। और आज के दिन बहुत ही सुंदर सुंदर और भी लीलाएं, जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया कि भगवान का पृथ्वी के साथ विवाह हुआ था और श्वेत वराह कल्प वो भी प्रारंभ हुआ आज ही के दिन से। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच प्रभु जी आज के दिन की महिमा से हम सबको अवगत कराने के लिए। अन्यथा जैसे आपने बताया दैट हम लोग प्रसाद लेके बैठे ही हैं और हम तो बस कथा सुनने बैठे हैं, तो हमें ये नहीं पता था कि आज वराह जयंती है। थैंक यू वेरी मच प्रभु जी फॉर रिमाइंडिंग दिस वंडरफुल कथा और भगवान की आज के दिन की जो विशेष लीला हुई थी उससे हम सबको अवगत कराने के लिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। आइए, आज हमारी भागवत कथा का पंचम दिन है और पंचम दिन में माता शबरी की कथा की आगे बढ़े उससे पहले हम गौ माता के दर्शन करते हैं और उनकी कृपा आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करते हैं। तत्पश्चात हम शेष कथा को मुखारविंद से श्रवण करेंगे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। So आज once again on the day 5th we are here to have darshan of our गौ मातास राधा गोविंद गौशाला की ये जो गाय है उनका दर्शन करने को मिल रहा है और हमारी गौ माता के ये जो वंश है उनका भी विस्तार हो रहा है। तो बहुत ही सुंदर यहाँ पर हमारी ये जो भागवत कथा हम श्रवण कर रहे हैं, इसी के अंतर्गत हम सबको ये भी अवसर मिलता है कि हम ऐसी सुंदर गौ माता की भी सेवा कर सके। तो हम हमारे ये पत्नी परिवार के तो ऋणी है ही कि जिनके सहयोग से प्रतिदिन यहाँ पर भागवत कथा भी आस्वादन करने को मिल रही है और साथ ही साथ गौ माता की भी इतनी सुंदर सेवा हमें दर्शन करने को मिलती है। तो शास्त्र में ऐसा बहुत जगह पर लिखा है कि गौ माता की सेवा करने से भी हमें भक्ति मिलती है और भगवान है। जैसे प्रभु जी ने कथा में एक बार बताया था कि कैसे भगवान है, उनके 3 मुख हैं, ब्राह्मण, वैष्णव है, ब्राह्मण है और गौ माता है। तो यदि हम भगवान को प्रसन्न करना चाहते हैं तो हो सकता है कि ब्राह्मण और वैष्णव इतने प्योर ना हो, है ना, परंतु गौ माता एक ऐसा प्राणी है, एक ऐसा जीव है जो भगवान को अत्यंत प्रिय है और प्रिय होते हुए भी भगवान इनके मुख से ग्रहण करते हैं। जो भी हम सेवा करते हैं वो गौ माता के मुखारविंद से भगवान इसे ग्रहण कर लेते हैं। तो हमारा बड़ा सौभाग्य है कि हमारे श्री राधा गोविंद गौशाला में भक्त यहाँ पर इतनी अद्भुत सेवा करते हैं और उनका इतना बड़ा भाव है। कथा तो श्रवण करते ही हैं, सेवा में भी सहयोग इतना सुंदर करते हैं और इसी सेवा के फलस्वरूप हम सब आप देख रहे हैं कि पिछले 2 वर्षों से 2-2.5 वर्ष से यहाँ पर भागवत कथा श्रवण कर रहे हैं और श्रवण करते करते हमने हमारे लेवल को भी देखा है। बहुत सारे भक्तों ने अपना ये रियलाइजेशन शेयर किया है कि द वे दे वर स्टार्टेड and the place they are now in bhakti and the kind of bliss they are having in their life, which is remarkable. So this is only because we have this service attitude. हम गौ माता की ऐसी सुंदर सेवा में लगे हैं और इन्हीं के ये फल प्रताप है जिससे कि हम सब भक्ति में जुड़े हैं, भक्ति के इस अंग को कर रहे हैं। जैसे हम जानते हैं कि 9धा भक्ति है, 9 प्रकार की भक्ति है, अलग अलग श्रवण कीर्तन उनमें से ये भी एक भक्ति है कि जिसमें हम सेवा करें, सेवा के द्वारा हमारे अंदर वो पूर्णता प्राप्त हो, भक्ति की शुद्धता प्राप्त हो। तो आज हम देख रहे हैं कि बहुत सारे भक्त हैं जो हमारे साथ में जुड़े हैं। वो जैसे कुछ ने कल बताया कि दे आर विलिंग टू टेक इनिशिएशन, दे आर following the principles properly, they are chanting 16 rounds, so gradually they are progressing. So ये एकमात्र हमारे श्री राधा गोविंद गौशाला में जो सहयोग कर रहे हैं भक्त लोग, और ये भक्तों की सेवा का ही प्रभाव है जिसके फलस्वरूप उनका जो आज ये स्थिति है, that is upgraded, उनकी जो भक्ति का लेवल है वो इतना ऊपर आ चुका है। So very grateful to all the Vaishnavas, especially to our पत्नी फैमिली, जिन्होंने यहाँ पर एक सुंदर सहयोग किया है, जिनके फलस्वरूप हम प्रतिदिन गौ माता की इतनी सुंदर सेवा कर पा रहे हैं, और साथ ही साथ हमारे वैष्णव को भी इतना अच्छी प्रकार से हमको उनको फीड कर पा रहे हैं, उनकी कृपा आशीर्वाद ले रहे हैं प्रतिदिन। तो all credit goes to our Patni family and all the Vaishnavas who are tirelessly serving here. So very grateful and thank you. और बहुत ही सुंदर हम यहाँ पर यह भागवत कथा श्रवण कर रहे हैं। माता सबरी की एक प्रसंग है, और इसी प्रसंग के अंतर्गत प्रभु जी ने बहुत सारे प्रसंग को हमें आस्वादन कराया है, जहाँ पर माता सबरी की लीलाओं के समय अवगत कराया है। सो आज भी हम पुनः प्रभु जी की मुखारविंद से कुछ शेष कथा ये भी श्रवण करेंगे कि माता सबरी जैसे माता सबरी का इनिशिएशन हुआ और मातंग ऋषि वो विमान में प्रस्थान करने वाले हैं, तो ये भी कथा आने वाली है कुछ पलों में। तो बड़ा सौभाग्य है हमारा कि ये एक सुंदर प्रसंग है जहाँ पर भगवान की लीला, और प्रभु जी ने बताया था कथा में कि धैर्य, जो पेशेंस है ना, उसका प्रकट होता है। मतलब ये जो पेशेंस, शबरी माता ने कितना धैर्य रखा कथा के सेवा में, कई वर्षों बीत गए, और इस वर्षों के पश्चात आज उन्हें गुरु प्राप्त हुए, और गुरु के पश्चात अनेक वर्ष और भी बीतेंगे, फिर उसके पश्चात भगवान उसे सामने से आएंगे, दर्शन देंगे, और दर्शन देने के बाद भी भगवान इतने सुंदर उपदेश देंगे, वो भी हम श्रवण करेंगे। सो आइए हम अभी के लिए हम निवेदन करें इस ग्रेस लाल गोविंद प्रभु जी से इस शेष कथा को वो श्रवण कराए। हरे कृष्ण। धन्यवाद। तो जी माइक ऑन कर।
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री शबरी माता की। श्रीमद् भागवत शबरी चरित्र।
We are discussing the pastimes of Shabari Mata. Previously, we have heard how by serving the exalted devotees of the Lord, Shabari Mata got the mercy of her bona fide spiritual master, and she got the shelter of the lotus feet of her spiritual master.
ये मतंग नाम कितना अच्छा है। मतंग बोले तो मोटू भराई जाए। मतंग।
This Matang name is so beautiful.
शबरी को
So Matang Rishi gave her a cottage or hut to stay,
और शबरी दीक्षा पाकर,
and after getting initiation, Shabari Mata started performing devotional service at Sankirtan, and after initiation, her devotional service towards the Lord increased manifolds. Some people think that after taking initiation, we need not to perform more devotional service. The spiritual master will not work for us, but we should work for him.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna. कई बार हम लोगों को कहते हैं कि आप भक्ति कीजिए.
Sometimes we tell people that you should perform devotional service. They say that we have already taken initiation and are under the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. But that doesn't mean that the bona fide spiritual master will work for us. But we take initiation so that we can progress in devotional service, that we get an appropriate path, mood or mellow. So in this manner, Shabari's devotional service or devotion has increased. So when she got initiation in that forest, the other sages and saints didn't appreciate it or liked it. So when we are doing something good, it's not necessary that others will become happy or satisfied. Matang Rishi was so merciful that he gave initiation to a lower class woman and put her on the path of devotion. But the egoistic brahmanas and sages, they didn't like it at all. And they became upset and angry on mercy of Matang Rishi, to such an extent that they boycotted Matang Rishi. And he was not even allowed to have meals with them. But the thing that we have to understand, that although after so much criticism, Matang Rishi was not distressed or not suffering any problem. He accepted their boycott and he said that I have worked according to the Vedic injunctions. So Matang Rishi thought that what I am supposed to think about the opinion of people, I should be concerned about the Lord.
काम ईश्वर से जगत रूठे तो रूठने दे, मुझे है काम ईश्वर से जगत रूठे तो रूठने दे। कुटुंब परिवार सुत दारा माल धन लाज लोकन की, हरि के भजन करने में अगर छूटे तो छूटने दे। क्यों? मुझे तो काम ईश्वर से जगत रूठे तो रूठने दे। बैठ संगत में संतन की, करूं कल्याण में अपना। बैठ संगत में संतों की, करूं कल्याण में अपना। लोक दुनिया के भोगों में मौज लूटे तो लूटने दे। लोक दुनिया के भोगों में मौज लूटे तो लूटने दे। मुझे है काम ईश्वर से जगत रूठे तो रूठने दे। प्रभु के ध्यान करने की लगी दिल में लगन मेरे। प्रीत संसार विषयों से अगर टूटे तो टूटने दे। दरी सिर पाप की मटकी, मेरे गुरु देव ने झटकी। दरी सिर पाप की मटकी, मेरे गुरु देव ने झटकी। वो ब्रह्मा नंद ने पटकी, अगर फूटे तो फूटने दे। मुझे है काम ईश्वर से जगत रूठे तो रूठने दे। मतंग ऋषि का बड़ा बहिष्कार हुआ।
Matang Rishi was boycotted and criticized, but in his heart he thought that why should I be concerned about public's opinion? I should only be concerned to satisfy my Lord.
कौन सी तारीख है? कल श्रील प्रभुपाद जी ने एक बहुत सुंदर स्टेटमेंट दिया।
Today, Srila Prabhupada gave a beautiful statement on 29th August, and it is relevant to the topic that we are discussing. Srila Prabhupada
29 अगस्त आज के दिन गुरुदास उनके
and
शिष्य उनको पत्र
said,
लिखते हैं।
wrote to his disciple Guru Das in this letter.
ये प्रभुपाद जी के शब्द है।
He said, hatash mat ho means don't be disappointed.
मेरे सभी गुरु भाइयों ने मुझे हताश और निराशा ही दी थी।
All my God brothers have given me disappointment and discouragement.
कोई बाहर का नहीं करेगा।
And we are not criticized by outsiders, but from our own family members. So a person who, if we are flying the kite, then the competitor is only from that particular place. He writes that God brothers gave disappointment, but I was persistent in my effort. and responsibility. And you should be firm and fixed in your devotional service towards the Lord. We should learn from this that on the path of devotion, we will be criticized, people will be jealous, there will be so many people, and they will not be persons who are not connected to us, but of our own. But unrighteousness cannot cannot destroy the righteousness. The religion or religious principles are broken by people who are religious.
तो मतंग ऋषि को उनके ही ऋषि मुनि, उनके ही गुरु भाइयों ने,
Matang Muni was criticized and boycotted by his own clan, but he remained fixed and firm on his decision. And as soon as Matang Rishi initiated Shabari Mata, and he was boycotted and disrespected by them, immediately one event happened in his life, and that was that the eternal associates of the Lord came to pick Matang Rishi on their chariot. So Matang Rishi asked that, how you came suddenly? Then the associates of the Lord answered, listen carefully. They said that you have done so much of devotional service towards the Lord, and you have surrendered everything, but there were two things that were lacking in your life, and that is why you couldn't go to the eternal abode of the Lord. So what were the two things that he lacked? First, that is the ego, the jealousy from others. Unless people are jealous and criticize us or boycott us, till that time we won't be able to go to the eternal abode of the Lord. So we should understand that everybody will be satisfied with me. Even the Lord, when he was there on this earth, not everybody used to like Lord Shri Krishna or Lord Shri Ram. Even God couldn't achieve 100 out of 100. So where do we stand? But when we are criticized or people are jealous of us, then we should be happy that our pathway to eternal abode of the Lord is being created. It's a huge project, and we should not react and let them do the same. And we will get purified. So we should not criticize them and let them do what they want to do. And we should pray that they should get more strength so that they can criticize us more and we can progress further.
मतंग ऋषि को लेने के लिए भगवान के पार्षद विमान लेकर आए। इसका एक कारण ये था,
the first reason was this, and the other reason was, oh Matang Muni, you have already completed your pure devotional service towards the Lord, but there was no mercy from you to anyone yet. But when you initiated Shabari, when you give mercy to such a character that paved the way to the eternal abode of the Lord for you. So, if we also preach, then we will achieve the eternal abode of the Lord sooner. If we preach the devotional service to others. And that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada has taught us that we should first follow devotional service and we should teach others as well. Not because we are great devotees of the Lord or we are quite knowledgeable. No, not for that reason, but for the satisfaction of the Lord. And if a few start performing devotional service, then Lord will become elated and happy. That is why we should preach devotional service to others. And when he was purified because of the criticism by others, he is about to leave his body. And when he is leaving his body, all his disciples have surrounded him. And when Shabari heard that he is leaving, Shabari couldn't understand. She was, everybody was, so all the disciples had surrounded themselves around Matang Rishi. Shabari couldn't see. It usually happens when there is mercy to the disciples, then mostly the women don't get that mercy much. But somehow Shabari managed to come near Matang Rishi, who was lying down, and he is preparing to leave his body. And immediately she told that, I heard that you are leaving. So where are you going? She very innocently asked, where are you going? Matang Rishi answered, oh my daughter, where everyone has to go, I am going there. In this material world, everyone has to leave this world and go to the eternal abode. But still Shabari couldn't understand, and she said that, when are you going to come back? He said that the path that I have chosen,
बेटा शबरी, जिस स्थान पर मैं जा रहा हूं,
the place where I am going, a person goes there but he never returns back. So she said that you're not coming back. Said, no. After listening that, she fainted and she said, overwhelmed with emotions and tears in her eyes, which is being sung by great sages of our land, Bharat Varsha.
अंग केवाई जीवन कोने आशरे जाई गुरुजी अमने मेलो माठेली तू छे एकल नोरे बेली काला घेला यमे तारा के वाणान जपिए तारो जाप काला घेला यमे तारा के वाणान जपिए तारो जाप। नाथ जी तू तो कोई नो नहीं, नाथ जी तू तो कोई नो नहीं, बीजे क्या जइए बाप। गुरु जी अमने मेलो मां ठेली, તું છે એકલ નો રે બેલી, અમે તારું યંગ કહેવાય, હવે જીવન કોને આશરે જાય। અમે તારું અંગ કહેવાય, हम आपके हैं गुरुजी, आप हमें छोड़कर जाएंगे।
We are yours, and if you leave us, then what will happen to us? What will be our future? Just now we got initiated and you are leaving.
हमें आपसे बहुत कुछ सीखना है,
We have to learn so much from you and we have to acquire so much knowledge from you. But you are leaving to meet the Lord.
मेरे एक प्रश्न का जवाब दे दीजिए।
So please answer
आप जैसे हरि
my question,
जा रहे हो,
that as you are going to meet the
कैसे
Lord, how will I attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead or Hari?
मतंग ऋषि ने कहा कि बेटा
Matang Rishi answered
आश्रम में रहना,
that you stay here
इस आश्रम में रहकर भजन करना,
and perform devotional service towards the Lord. You don't need to go to the Lord to attain Him. The Lord Himself will come to meet you and see you.
मैं तो आपकी शिष्या हूँ,
She said that I am your disciple, and being a spiritual master, you are to go to the Lord, and I am your disciple and I don't need to go, and the Lord will come to my home. What is the reason behind the same?
घर बैठे हरि मुझे मिलेंगे। मतंग ऋषि ने कहा कि बेटा
Matang, she said that just give me the reason. Matang Rishi said that I have done quite a lot of things in my life, but we have never served the devotees of the Lord. That is why we have to go to the Lord Himself ourselves. But because you have served the devotees of the Lord, that is the reason that Hari Himself will come to meet you.
को सदा ढूंढता है, जो उस सांवले को सदा ढूंढता है। शब्द पकड़िएगा, शब्द शब्द समझिए। जो उस सांवले को सदा ढूंढता है, उसे एक दिन सांवला ढूंढता है, उसे एक दिन सांवला ढूंढता। जिसे ढूंढने का अमल पड़ चुका है, जिसे आदत पड़ गई है भगवान को खोजने की, उसकी बात हो रही है। जिसे ढूंढने का अमल पड़ चुका है, उसे ढूंढने में मजा ढूंढता है। यहां तो ढूंढने में भी आनंद है। अरे दिल जिसे कुल जहां ढूंढता है, वो तुझ में तू उसको कहाँ ढूंढता। न पूछो पतित बिंदु जी का ये पद है, बहुत सुंदर। न पूछो पतित बिंद क्या ढूंढता है, न पूछो पतित बिंद क्या ढूंढता है, पतित बंधु जी का पता ढूंढता, पतित बंधु जी का पता ढूंढता है। क्योंकि जो उस सावले को सदा ढूंढता है, उसे एक दिन सावला ढूंढता है। शबरी, जो जीवन भर उस सांवरे को ढूंढता है ना, सांवरा
or Shabri, a person who tries to search for the Lord, then the Lord himself searches for him. And one who is engrossed in constantly searching the Lord, and he even enjoys the search of the Lord. So you don't need to go anywhere. The Lord will come himself in search of you. So Shabri asked last question. He said that you just gave me initiation. If I have a doubt or question or inquisitiveness, then who will remove my doubt? Whom should I ask? As you are leaving, Patang Rishi said, you don't need that. You just need to chant the holy names of Lord, and by that all the doubts will disappear. He gave such a great philosophical point that just by chanting the holy names, you will already get answers to all your doubts. Why? Because we are eternal soul, and the soul comprises of eternal bliss, knowledge, embodied, and soul. So, the Lord himself is knowledgeable. Similarly, the soul also is knowledgeable because we are part and parcel of the Lord. But the problem is that our knowledge has been covered by our ignorance. So we just need to remove our ignorance, and the knowledge will itself manifest. And how can we remove this ignorance? Just by chanting the holy names of the Lord.
राम 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 हरे। प्रोसेस ये है कि हरि नाम का जाप करें, और हरि नाम का जाप करने से हृदय शुद्ध होता है। चैतन्य महाप्रभु,
process is that by chanting the holy names, our heart gets purified. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that our mind is filled with so many impurities, and that is why we get distressed and we have so many doubts. But if we purify our heart, then all our doubts will be cleared. And how can we clear or clean our mind? That is by just chanting the holy names of the Lord, Lord Shri Krishna. And in this manner, the Matang Muni was breathing or taking his last breath, and it was create.
આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ. ગાઈએ. આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. તન મનથી તે સેવા કીધી, રાત દિવસ ના જોયા, ભૂખ તરસ્યા રામને તે તો સેવા પાછળ ખોયા. તન મનથી તે સેવા કીધી, રાત દિવસ ના જોયા, ભૂખ તરસ્યા રામને તે તો સેવા પાછળ ખોયા. છતાં તું નિષ્કામ, છતાં તું નિષ્કામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તારે કાજે મારા રામ થશે વનવાસી, સીતાજીની શોધનું બાનું આવશે સાથે રાખી. શબરી તારે કાજે મારા રામ થશે વનવાસી, સીતાજીની શોધનું બાનું આવશે સાથે રાખી. પૂછશે તારું ઠામ, પૂછશે તારું ઠામ, પૂછશે તારું ઠામ, પૂછશે તારું ઠામ, શબરી તને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, શબરી તને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. વચનમાં વિશ્વાસ મૂકીને ધીરજ ધરી રહેજે, ભક્તોના મર્યાદાના સ્વામી દેશે પાર ઉતારી. વચનમાં વિશ્વાસ મૂકીને ધીરજ લેજે ધરી, ભક્તોના મર્યાદાના સ્વામી દેશે પાર ઉતારી. ચાલ્યો હું સ્વધામ, ચાલ્યો હું સ્વધામ, ચાલ્યો હું સ્વધામ, ચાલ્યો હું સ્વધામ, શબરી તને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો, આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, આવશે મારો રામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, છોડી અવધ ધામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. શબરી તને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ.
So in this beautiful verse, Matang Rishi's final conversation with Shabri Devi was composed by sages, and his last words were that Avshe Maru Ram, that is, my Lord Ram will come and he will just come to meet you. So I liked one of the lines of these verses by the sage. A few years back I have heard from him, and today it appeared.
થશે વનવાસી સીતાજીની શોધનું બાનું આવશે સાથે રાખી. શબરી તારે કાજે મારા રામ થશે વનવાસી સીતાજીનું શોધનું બાનું આવશે સાથે રાખી. પૂછશે તારું ઠામ, પૂછશે તારું ઠામ, શબરી તુને દર્શન દેવા આવશે મારો રામ. बहुत सुंदर बात.
So these beautiful lines that I like, that he says that for you the Lord will come to the forest, he will take an exile just to meet you. He had no purpose to go to exile. Kekai had no strength to send him to exile. Nobody could send him to exile. But Matang Rishi says that just for you, my Lord will take exile and come to the deep forest. And the purpose for 14 years exile is to give darshan to Shabri. That is what Matang Rishi said. And in pretext to find Sita Maya, he will come to your door. And by saying this, Matang Rishi left for eternal abode of the Lord. And now Shabri Mata, who is suffering from the disappearance of her spiritual master, so she was quite distressed and upset, and it was unable to live. But as Matang Rishi has said that the Lord will come, she doesn't want it to live. She would have died, but just because his spiritual master has said that the Lord Ram will come, and because of that hope, she was saved. and she survived. For an example, when Lord Ram left, the inhabitants of Ayodhya loved Ram so much that they were about to die. Lord King Dashrath left for the abode of the Lord, but all other inhabitants of Ayodhya would have also died. But Ramji has promised that I will come after 14 years, and that hope that he will come back survived. They survived this ordeal, and they thought that if we are not there, then he will become distressed. So we can't see tears in his eyes. So in that hope, and the reason that if because of our separation he will become sad, that is why they lived. As Krishna left, the inhabitants of Braja and the inhabitants of Braja were almost equivalent to dead. But Lord Krishna has said that I will come on the third day, and on that hope the Brijvasis were living. And there was only one hope, that he will come back, as he said that he will come. Although I may come late, but I will come. Hope is great. It makes a almost dead person alive. So we should never lose hope. In previous time, said a Brahmana used to stay alone, and he wanted to go to the holy places. So he locked his house and left for the holy places. And at home, there was one cat who was entrapped in that house. In the middle of the roof, there was a pot which was kept there. So she thought that there was butter in that, although it was filled with cotton. So the cat tried her best to get that butter, and she jumped so much. And she spoiled the whole home, and she was almost dead. But she was just alive on the hope of that butter. When the Brahmana came back and he saw that the house was all disturbed and the cat was lying on a corner, he was intelligent and he stuck the pot with a stick. And when he saw that it was not butter but cotton, so she left her body. So she was living on the hope that she will be able to eat that butter, but as soon as her hope was destroyed, she died. So a person lives on hope, and Shabari was living on this hope that she will get an opportunity to meet Lord Ram as instructed by her spiritual master. So in this manner, Shabariji is living on the hope that Ramji will come, and she used to gather all the fruits and flowers and decorate the whole place. And she used to pick berries. So I have read almost opinion of 100 sages about the berries that Shabari picked. So half of them say that Shabari has eaten and given them to the Lord, but some say that that's not possible. So tomorrow I will present that to you, and Ramji will come and give darshan to Shabari Mata. So Shabari is living in the hope. So you also live in that hope that tomorrow we will listen to the Katha. It is very great to live on hope. I'm really thankful to all of you for listening with so much love and patience. I thank you all. And I especially want to thank our devotee. So this bhajan was sent by our viewer from online, and I couldn't understand, and if you can use it. But when I read that, I was overwhelmed. So I thought that I will sing this for sure. So whoever has sent this, I don't know who has sent it, but whoever gave it, I'm extremely thankful to you. And please just share these types of bhajans and knowledge, because I am not that knowledgeable that I know everything, but it should be a mutual give and take relationship. So if you have anything like that, please share it with us, and I will sing and we all will enjoy. So I especially want to thank who sent this bhajan to me, and I'm really thankful to all of you, and especially the host family, the Patni family, with whom support we are listening this beautiful pastimes of the Lord. Let's conclude the session with Jai Jaikar.
श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की